Okay, one last task to clean up before we finish this particular section, and that's just to make sure our activities have attendees for all of them. And all of them are going to have a host, and all of them are going to have attendees as well. So what we'll do, we'll head back to VS Code, and let's open up our seed.cs class. Now, it's a bit too verbose to expect us to type this out manually, so I have provided a snippet to help us with this. So just to help us out, I do have some seed data for this one that we can just paste in. And inside the student assets folder, we're looking for seed data with attendees.txt. And what we're going to do, we're just going to copy this entire thing into our clipboard. And we're going to go into our seed class, just Control A and Control V. And this is the entire thing that includes our activities and our attendees. So what we're doing here that's slightly different is we're checking to see if the user manager uses any and the activities any is empty in our database. And if both of those conditions are true, then we're going to create our new list of users, same as we did before. And underneath this, we're going to create our activities. But for our attendees, we're going to create a new list of activity attendees and then just using one of the users from our users list to populate the attendee. Some activities have 2 attendees, but they've all got a host. So in each one of these, we can see that there is host is true for one of the users and false for the others that are attending that activity. So what we'll do is we'll drop our existing database and we'll restart our app and all of our new seed data will be in there. So what we'll do, we'll open up the terminal and we need to stop our API and we'll go up to the reactivities folder and we'll say .NET EF database drop, and we need to specify the persistence project and the startup project and press return. And we'll say, yep, we want to drop the database, and then all we need to do to reseed our data is to cd into the API and then just execute the .NET watch run command and press return. And hopefully what we should see is the database queries that are going to update our database with all this new data. And that looks good. So what we'll do, we'll just head over to Postman and we'll re-execute our get activities request. And what we should find is that all of our activities now have attendees. And each one should have a host that matches one of the attendees. And this is all looking pretty good. Excellent. So we've reached the end of this particular section, and what we'll do is we'll save our changes into source control, quite a few in this section, and we'll stage the changes, and we'll say end of section 14, in this case, Command Enter, and then push these on up to GitHub, and we'll wrap up with a summary.